Good evening, everybody. Alison here. I am going to be showing you how to make some shakers. I'm doing all right. It's been a bit of a day. My kids started school today, but they're doing all virtual for at least the first quarter, and that has been. It actually went better than I had anticipated. I kind of thought that there were going to be a few more kinks than there were. But it's good. It's good. I'm pleased, and I think that things are going to be all right. I'm hoping that they can eventually go back to, regular class and all of that, but we'll see what happens, Hello. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. So, alcohol inks. For those of you that are here, who has used alcohol inks before, and have you used them with your shakers? I'd love to see a show of hands or leave me a comment. Let me know if you've used them before, if you've used them with shakers and all of that. I love combining things, mixed media. It's something that I love to do. So doing this, I thought would be a lot of fun with you guys tonight because we get to learn a technique and combine it with our sequins, our fabulous sparkle blends. Never, Joanne says. You've never used alcohol inks. That's all right. I love them. I've been using them. I mean, if you look at this bottle, this is really old. They don't look like this anymore. This is back from when I had my store. I say that a lot on these lives, don't I? Tara, yep, you have. I know. That's good. I think that they're a great thing to combine together, especially with the addition of the alloys and the pearls and the mixatives. I think it's just a fun way to add some extra shine to your cards. And just, this is easy. There's no stamping here, guys. No stamping on this card. This is super simple and fun. Oh, by the way, I turned off, remember last week how we noticed that me having my overhead light was not as good as having it off? How's the lighting for you guys? Are the colors good? Is everybody seeing things okay? Let me know. Because if you want me to turn my main light on, I will, but I think that this actually looks pretty good. The only thing I'm concerned about is if I pull this part up, you know how on the glass mat, this part comes up, the silicone piece comes up so that we can, play with our alcohol inks, because you can't get alcohol inks on this part of the mat. That might be a little tricky. I might have to just stay in the black area and just make sure I don't get it on here, because the glare in the white area is terrible. And there's not much I can do about this light here. So, I have a couple of things I'm going to show you. So first of all, I had gotten this bat die set from Michael's last year. And it turns out that they have it again this year. So there's these 3 sets. I got them at the end of the season, so it was like, I don't know, 70 or 90% off. It was crazy. So you've got this interior part, which I used on this guy, and then you've got a couple of bigger bats that are just open. And then, of course, you got to keep this, right? Because that's just awesome. And then there was the coffin with the spider and the pumpkins. I have not used these 2 yet. I was waiting for tonight. And we're going to play with those. So these are available again this year, which is great. So if you like them, if you like what we're doing tonight, give it a shot. Go over to Michael's and pick these up. Or maybe you have something at home that you can use already that, you don't have to go out and buy. So we're doing Halloween tonight because the Halloween release just came out. But don't think that this is only for Halloween. Just by changing up these colors, you can do all sorts of things. If you have a floral dye, and then you use like Laguna and Mojito and bubblegum or whatever, you can totally change this look up. But I figured, Halloween time, right? The next thing that I'm going to show you, this is what I'm using. I don't really have Yupo paper. I have like 2 sheets of it. Yay, Joanne loves Halloween. Good. Girl after my own heart. Yeah, Tara, you might want to pick these up, but make sure you get them on sale. Like I said, I got them at the end of the season last year. I don't know if you want to wait, but they were a good buy. This is what I am using instead of Yupo or glossy photo paper, which I often use, by the way. I use glossy photo paper a lot. This is poster board paper, and I get it from Dollar Tree, and it works very similarly to Yupo. It's not exact, but it works pretty well. Where's Beth? Is Beth here? I'm shocked that there's people here and we're getting going and she's not here. Can somebody message Beth for me? I feel like she's missing out right now. So Mary Polanco, I don't know if you guys are familiar with her on YouTube. She's fantastic. But she did a video, gosh, it was a while ago. It wasn't recent. It was before COVID, I'm going to say. Is that how things are going to be from now on? Like pre-COVID or post-COVID? I hope not. But anyway, it was quite a while ago. And she did a comparison on this poster board paper from Dollar Tree versus like Yupo. And she thought that it was a pretty good deal because Yupo is not cheap and this stuff is $1 for a sheet of 11 by 14, and I think you get like 4 sheets in there, 6 sheets, something like that. I use it all the time. It's great. That's what I used on here. So that's what we're going to be working with. And then of course I've got my acetate. I've got some sticky panels from Stampendous. These guys here, which is what we're going to use for adhesive for our outline because it's just easier, right? If we do that, if we need it, like if I do the casket, we'll definitely use the sticky panels. If we use this pumpkin, then we might not because this is just an embossing piece. It will cut the pumpkin and it'll emboss this shape, but it doesn't actually cut that out. So we don't really need to use sticky panels on there because we can just use a regular adhesive. But if we use the casket, then we'll definitely use the sticky panels because it's so fine. It'll just be easier. So you guys can help me decide what we're going to use. I've got all these colors laid out. I went with obviously a fall Halloween palette here. Tara says, okay, so I have to tell you about my find for shaker cards. Yes, you do. Yes, that would be lovely. I would love to hear about it. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to make a couple of panels really quick, and then you guys can help me decide which ones we're going to use. And then we'll decide which sparkle blends we'll use, and then we'll decide which dyes we're going to use. Okay, so the other thing that we need is isopropyl alcohol. I just have it in a spray bottle. I don't always use the spritzer part. Sometimes I open this up and I tap it off. And then we also have blending solution. Blending solution does not do the same thing that isopropyl alcohol does, so just know that. Also note that you can never spray alcohol blending solution. Never, ever, 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 ever. Again, this is a super old bottle, so the labeling might look different now. It has a resin in it, and it is very dangerous for you to spray it because then it will get into your lungs. Okay, so please never spray this. You can pour it on and all of that, but never put it in a spritzer bottle. Isopropyl alcohol is perfectly safe to spray. It doesn't necessarily smell very good, but you can do it. Okay, so I've just cut my poster board paper down to a bunch of sheets just to make them smaller and more manageable. So Tara says, I accidentally ordered the acetate that goes around cakes, and it's a huge roll. And ooh, it works good for shaker windows. Ooh, I might need a link for that later. I'd love to see it. Oh, there's Beth. Whoever found Beth for me, I appreciate it. Okay, guys, what, thank you, Tara. What color should I start with? Do you guys care? I'm going to just get started, and I'll wait for the comments to catch up. I have 3 pearls here. I have 1 alloy. I have other alloys, but I thought it would be fun to work with the gold. Sepia, pitch black, I forget what this is called. Citrus, lettuce, cranberry, and eggplant. Eggplant and pitch black are my 2 favorites. Of course, Beth says purple. Hey, Fawn, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Hey, everybody. I know that a few of you haven't said hello yet. I can't really see who is here besides a couple of avatars that are up at the top of my screen, but hello to everyone. I appreciate you being here. So we're going to do, I love doing like wispy alcohol ink backgrounds, so we're going to try that. Hey, Amber, how's it going? Nice to see you. Let's see. Let me know if this makes you crazy. Is this really terrible, guys, if I peel this off? Is this going to make you nuts, this light here? I really just don't want to get any alcohol inks on my mat. If it's making you nuts, please let me know. I will try to keep things on it so that it doesn't bother you too much. So this is the way I do my wispy backgrounds. I take my blending solution. You know what? I should open some of these first, right? That would make sense. So let's take the purple, because Beth said purple. And we're going to take the gold. Excuse me, it's called gilded. Gilded. And then, I don't know, what do you guys think? Let's try mineral. I think mineral would be really nice to use with this. And we'll start with those for now. Okay, so we have a regular alcohol ink called Eggplant. We have a pearl called Mineral. And then we have Gilded, which is one of the alloys. And I just spritzed the Gilded all over the place because I'm shaking it. Sorry that my camera's bouncing. Hold on. You have to come back. Your husband wants to go to the grocery store. You're leaving me? Oh my gosh. She's leaving already. Doesn't he know that this is your time to spend with me? My goodness. Husbands. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to get started with this. I'm pushing my other colors off to the side. Guys, let me know which colors you want me to use on the next one. We're going to make a couple of these tonight, I think. Another trick, you couldn't find your air blower, so you went and picked up an ear bulb syringe. That's a great idea. I'm sure that works very similar. The thing that I have is actually from Tim Holtz from many years ago. You used to put your markers in here, like the distress markers, and it turns it into an airbrush. So I saturated this paper, and again, this is poster board paper from Dollar Tree. Oh, I'm loving this already. So anyway, you use this blower to turn your markers into, what did I call it? There go the words. Alison has started to make things, so her words have failed her. Oh, that's all right. We're going to just talk about this color. Eggplant is gorgeous. I really love how it breaks down, and I think it looks pretty cool with this mineral color, right? An airbrush, that's the word, an airbrush. What the French toast. Yes. So this is what I do. I just kind of work it. I keep things kind of on the diagonal, and I push them out, and then if I feel like the outer edge is getting too heavy, then I'll work it back in. And that kind of creates a nice central section, and it makes it all wispy. And then if I want to break it down a little bit, break it down, I'll just push that out like that. Woo! Lost my eggplants. Okay. So what's everybody up to? What are you guys doing? Also, you have to think about what colors, what sparkle blend do you want me to use. Alright guys, so think about that too. I think that this is really pretty. I don't know if we'll use it tonight because I kind of like it like this, and I don't really want to die cut that pumpkin out of there. But it's a good start. So now you kind of have an idea of how I do my wispy edges. I cut out lots of poster board paper so we can play with it a little bit. Okay. Check that out. Look at how, can you see how there's blue coming out of there? There's like a halo of blue. That's why I love the eggplant, because of the way the colors break down. I think it's super pretty. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side for now. Not on top of my silicone mat. Okay. Should we do another one? Any other colors? Talk to me, my friends. What colors do you want me to use? I have an orange and a yellow pearl. Okay. And then I have eggplant, pitch black. I have the gold alloy, which I'm going to drop in here now. This could be very fun for the pumpkin. Let's get this orange in here. Again, I apologize that my camera's shaking. I'm holding it in place at the moment. Okay. Woo! That's a nice color. Look at that. Look at how that's... I love the alloys. Look at how this breaks down. Let me zoom in just a touch. How's that? Is that better? You see how this breaks down? Isn't that so pretty? I'm going a little heavier with this one because, you know, thinking about the fact that we want to use that pumpkin and have this as our background, we want to kind of have a little bit more color going on so that when we remove that central piece to have our die cut, we'll still have some stuff happening on the outer edges. Let's get a little bit more of this. Splendor is the color. Look at that. Oh, fabulous. And I'm going to get some more of the mineral in here too. Whoops, that just squirted everywhere. That's okay. It's all good. And that, my friends, is why I took my silicone mat off of my glass mat. Let's get a little bit here. There we go. You guys aren't real chatty tonight. What's happening? Talk to me. Who's been Halloween crafting? Who's been getting their sparkle blends? Who placed an order for the new stuff? Which is your favorite from the new collection? My favorite is, I have two favorites. Spectral and Wicked Brew. Those are my favorites. I think they're fantastic. They are so fun. I don't know if they're going to work for what we're doing tonight, but they'll be fun to play with. How's this working for you guys? You like how this looks? I think that we need a little bit more color over here. Yeah, they are good fall colors. There we go. Let's get that working. So this is not wispy. It's a little wispy, but it's definitely got more color going on because, again, we're going to die cut that pumpkin here. So we need to have those colors on the edge. Tara was all over the new release. I know you were. I think that that looks good. Look at that metallic shine. So pretty. Okay. Moving on. Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's try something with green. Let's get, what is this again? Citrus. We'll get citrus. And I think we're going to stick with this mineral color. I think it's nice and warm. Thanks, Joanne. All right, we're going to start with citrus. And I think that we're going to also break out the Splendor again, which is that orange color. And then a little bit of mineral. Now, if you can hear that shaky shaky, there are balls in there because there's that mica pigment, I believe it's called, that's in there. And you got to shake that up. It's good to keep your metallics laying down and your pearls instead of having them all clumped to the bottom, and then it's harder to shake them up. So if you keep them laying on their side, they're a little easier to work with as far as shaking them to get them prepped to go. All right, let's take some isopropyl alcohol and break this down a little bit. Fawn, have you never used alcohol inks before? Hey, Deborah, you were passing by and saw this and stopped. I am working with alcohol inks right now, different alcohol inks from Ranger, and I'm putting it on poster board paper, which is from the Dollar Tree, and then we are going to make a shaker card out of it, which is going to be lots of fun. I feel like we need a little drop here. Break that down. Look at that. Woo! So pretty. I love this one, guys. So this is citrus with Splendor and mineral. Isn't that nice? Never. Fawn said never. Oh my goodness. Waiting for a Canadian retailer to carry your blend. Well, honestly, Joanne, I don't really know if that's going to happen because the only place that you can get sparkle blends right now is in the Sparkle Blend shop on Etsy. They are not available in any other place. There's no stores that carry them. You can only get them on Etsy. Fawn, you're going to have to get some alcohol inks, honey. You are. This is citrus again. And you don't need a whole lot. Let's try Gilded on this one. That's okay. Maybe we should go in with some... No, that'll be too Christmassy. How about some Alchemy? What's the gold? The gold is called Gilded. And it works differently than the alcohol ink pearls that I had put down before. This one here, this is called Alchemy. This is a pearl. It works similarly to the regular alcohol inks, except it has a pearl quality to it, whereas the alloys break down differently. Can you see how that's breaking apart? That's what the alloys do. And there's a bunch of different alloys, different colors of alloys. I think we need some more of this. Tim Holtz has a bajillion videos on all of that, and I don't want to take too long making these backgrounds because I do want to make a shaker with you guys, but I wanted you guys to see how quickly you can make a bunch of backgrounds without much fuss. So, there was talk of a Calgary business in the new year. Well, that's something that we'd have to talk to Amber about. I don't have anything to do with that stuff. I am just the designer. That's all I do. She's the business, And she makes the sparkle blends and ships them to all of you. She's a one-man band with all of that. One-woman show, I should say. And I'm on the design team and I do the lives for her. So you can definitely message her about it later. All right, I think that's super cool. I think we need a little splash of the gold there, though. There we go. What do you guys think of this? So fast, right? We've already done 4 backgrounds, and they're all completely different, but they all look super cool. Hold on. Let me hold this up. Look at that. This will be dry in a minute. She mentioned it on a live. Yeah, you know, it's so hard for me to keep control of the comments. I'm so sorry if I don't have the info for you. But also, I don't want to speak on her behalf on business stuff like that. I don't want to get the information wrong. And then here's the other one. And then our first one, which was super wispy. I think we need to do one more with purple. And I know that Beth is going to agree with me there. We'll do one more with purple, and then we will get started with our shakers. How's that sound? Good? Great. Okay, let me move these out of the way. Excuse my arm. Okay, one more. And I'm flooding this with blending solution. Okay, and you really only need a few drops. I don't need to close that yet. Let's get this splendor in here a little bit. And I'm not doing it as wispy as I had done the first one, but it's going to look really cool when we are finished. I love using this blower. You don't want to use a straw when you're working with alcohol inks to blow the color around. You don't want to get so close to it. They have, first of all, they're chemicals, all right? They're alcohol inks, so you don't want to get that close to it. And there's resin in these as well that helps them to bond with whatever surface you're working on. So breathing that close to them is not good, especially if you're like me and have asthma or other types of respiratory issues. You want to be super careful when working with them. Make sure that you're working in a ventilated area. My windows are open in my craft room. I have my fan blowing right behind me. So those are all important things to take note of when you're working with alcohol inks. And it doesn't matter what brand it is. Even if you're working with, you know, Copic refills. You know, you can do similar things to this with Copic refills. Make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area. This is not alcohol. This is, in answer to Fawn's question, this is blending solution, and this has a resin in it. So you definitely don't want to get this into your lungs. You know, you don't want to breathe it in. And then this is isopropyl alcohol. I can show you what that's going to do. That breaks down the color. See how that kind of bleaches it out? It's very different from what the blending solution does, which is really to blend the colors without breaking it down. How's that looking? I think we need a little something something up here. Throw that there. Throw this here. 1 drop, 2 drops, a little bit more. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Michelle is here. Michelle, I'm so sorry I didn't call you yesterday after we chatted. Things got a little busy, as I'm sure you understand. Blend this out. Okay, I think that this looks cool. What do you guys think? And you would think that you can't really mix purple and orange, but creating a little bit of a brown works in this scenario because this is going to be for a fall background. Thanks, Joanne. Thank you. Okay. Any questions beyond what we've answered so far? Anything else? Let me know. I'm going to just close up these bottles and clean off my surface here. So it's going to look like I'm just putting things away, because at the moment that's all I'm doing. I'm getting my alcohol inks off of my little workstation here. Excuse my arm being kind of in the way. Any questions about alcohol inks? You'd love to see a purple and green. I can do that. You want to see one more? I can do a quick one. We'll do one more. That's actually what I did on this. I did purple and green on this one. Okay. I have one more piece of poster board paper here that's cut, so we can do that real quick. For the one with the bat shaker, the card that's complete, I used lettuce and eggplant. I think on this one, we'll use eggplant and citrus. What do you guys think? Okay, we'll do that. I like that this is a bright color. The lettuce is a little darker. See that? Can you guys see that? I think we need a metallic in here. What do you guys think? What do I got? I think that we're going to stick with the one that we used before. Is that it? No, that's not the right one. Oh, this is mineral. We'll go with mineral. We'll use a pearl. There we go. I like that. And you have to work quickly because the alcohol inks dry really fast. And since this isn't Yupo, it doesn't continue to move quite as much. But I will say that this is a nice, inexpensive option if you can't get Yupo for whatever reason, if you know it's a little out of your budget or what have you. This is a really nice, inexpensive solution, in my opinion. It doesn't work exactly the same, but I think that it works really well. Black and gold with red. That would be amazing with like a holiday card, or with, I mean, it would totally work for Halloween too. It would work with the double or nothing blend. That would be really cool. I would love to see that. All right, so do we like that? I like that. If we have some time later, I do want to get to the shakers. If we have some time later, I will definitely do a black one because pitch black is gorgeous. I could show you. Let's see if I have one here nearby that I can show you really fast that breaks down really cool. I don't see one at the moment, but I will definitely do a black later if we still have some time. So, Deborah, remind me, please, to do that later because I might forget. Because I get a little caught up in making sure that I'm getting to the project that I need to do. So, that's your job, Deborah. Okay, so now I'm going to just clean my space with the isopropyl alcohol. And just a paper towel. You can also use, again, I'm sorry that my camera's shaking. I'm trying to hold it in place. You can use hand sanitizer too. I find that it's not my favorite to use, especially right now when it's so hard to come by. But you can do that. Okay, so here we have, I'm going to zoom out. Here we have, no worries, Amber. I'm glad that he's sleeping right now. I hope he's okay. My friend Kim is here. Hi, Kim. Okay, so we have these backgrounds that we just made, right? I'm trying to keep them in frame as much as possible. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay, so we're not going to use this guy because this, I really just wanted to show you how wispy you can get things, but take a look at that shimmer from, what was it? Mineral. Isn't that so pretty? Love that. So we're not going to use this one because when we cut out either our casket or our pumpkin, you're going to wind up losing all of this, which you can use on another card later, but it'll take away from the card that we're making tonight. So, here are our choices. Again, this is what we're going to be kind of going for. Okay, so I have, of course I can do the bat again, but since I've already made a bat card, I figured you guys would want to see something different. So that's the bat. I have the casket and I have the pumpkin. What do you guys think? Which one of the dies should I do? And then we'll figure out which of these backgrounds. What do you think, guys? I know that there's always a delay with comments, so I'm going to just hang here for a second and let you tell me which one you'd rather see. I was planning on doing the pumpkin. So if that's cool with you guys, I'm going to do the pumpkin, but if you'd rather see me do this, Joanne says the pumpkin. Pumpkin it is. Okay. Now, I think that we will not use these guys. If we have time, then we're going to do, you know, a coffin one later. Tara will try to do the coffin later. Deborah says pumpkin. pumpkin out of the bottom right. Marie, I have to agree with you. I think that that's going to be the best choice. Although I love these. These came out so pretty. Okay. Doodle says pumpkin bottom right too. All right. So this is the first time I'm using these. And as I said before, for those of you that I got alcohol ink on here from something else that I did. Oh my gosh, I should show you guys those backgrounds. I'm going to have to get them for you because they're amazing. So I got these at Michael's last year. But prior to me doing this live, I made sure that they had them again this year. And they do, which is great. So we're going to use this. Now, this guy is going to die cut the pumpkin shape and then emboss this image, this kind of spiderwebby kind of negative space. So I was originally going to do the smallest one, but this is a shaker card. So I think that we're going to go with the middle size so that this way there's more room for the sparkle blends to move around. Okay? Okay. And my cat is getting sick. Okay. If you hear something hacking, it's my cat. Sorry about that. Let me show you those backgrounds. Give me one sec. Since we're doing alcohol inks tonight, sometimes you might find, this is actually Yupo paper, this is translucent Yupo paper, which for some reason, it didn't dry properly. So I took some holographic foil, it's called iridescent deco foil from Thermoweb, and I pressed it into the areas that were super tacky, and this is what happens. Isn't that awesome? Michelle, no, it's not sad that you knew from the packaging. I would have been the same way. So anyway, this is something else that you can do with your alcohol ink. So just keep that in mind. This would also, I was originally going to make a shaker out of this, but I kind of fell in love with it and I'm leaving it like that. This is pitch black and eggplants and a little cornflower blue. So just something else that you can think about doing since we're talking about mixed media and whatnot. Fawn. Right? It is a great galaxy background. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, it came out really pretty. This is on translucent Yupo. I had like 1 or 2 sheets and I was kind of obsessed with it. Yeah. Okay, so I need to die cut this guy. So I'm going to just trim this out really quick. I'm going to trim it up here, just so that I can save my space, because I'm cheap and I like to conserve my paper as much as possible. Fawn, I can't even see what you were typing now. I was trying to keep up, but I couldn't. I have my little die cut machine here, although I will have to step away to do the big one, because I don't think that this guy's going to fit in here. Ooh, he will. Oh no, but my paper won't, so never mind. Never mind. You need a demo on how I did the other background, that galaxy one? I can do that. You know, I actually did. If you guys go to my, I'm sure Amber will do me the favor and pop this up. I have a Facebook page for my crafts, Alison Heikkila Designs, and I did do an alcohol ink live a couple months ago. So that video is still available to be seen if you wanted to check it out. Now, we have, let me move my stuff out of the way. I'm trying to find something. Hold on, here we go. So this is embossed now. See that? But it's not showing enough. You want the background. I know, Tara. Now that the kids are starting school again, we've been talking about this all summer. I really need your help. I do. I need your help getting me on YouTube. I mean, I have a channel, but I don't know how to edit. So what I'm doing right now is taking my absolute favorite gold ink ever. This is a Delicata ink. It's from Imagine Crafts in Tsukineko. It's called Golden Glitz. You did? You bought a blower because of that video? That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Amber, for popping that up. So this ink is just gorgeous. I stamp with it all the time. I ink edges all the time with it. And I wanted to do this first so that it had a chance to like dry. Take a look at that shimmer. Is that showing? Oh, gorgeous. I do want to go to the dark side when it comes to videos. I do. I think it would be fun. Okay, so that's done. So now, yes, Michelle. Include her on video editing classes. All right, so we're going to take this guy. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind is that, you know, I could potentially put this pumpkin down here, but you want to make sure, let me hold this up a little better. You want to make sure that you have enough room for your foam tape. Okay? I'm going to just go with the center. I think it'll look nice there. And then you have this pumpkin that you've removed that you can save for another card. So I'm going to step away for 1 second because my large die cutting machine is behind me. Hi, Emily. Aw. That's so sweet. I have to meet her in person one day, Michelle. I'm just die cutting my pumpkin. Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry that I have to walk away when I do that. My die cutting machine is behind me. There's just no room on my desk over here, and my laptop is over here. So, okay, so now we have this great pumpkin that we can totally do something with another time. So that's what I did with my, excuse me, my bat. I put it into my package, and I'm just going to save it so I know where to find it next time. So now we have this. And I'm going to move all of these dies out of the way because you know what's going to happen, guys. They're going to get lost in like 2 seconds, right? Okay. Also, think about which sparkle blends I'm going to use for this, okay? One of the new ones. I try to be fast. Thank you. So I've got, this is just acetate from Stampendous. Well, you know, one day we're going to have to just do it. I mean, as soon as this COVID nonsense is over, I would really like to meet her. I think that our girls would have a great time together. I do. Does that show? That's good. We can do this. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ATG gun and I'm going to just bring this around. If I'm not doing a live, I'll be honest, I don't usually use the ATG gun for this, but because I don't want to have all of you folks watching me peel release paper for an hour, because that is like the most boring thing ever, I just use the ATG gun. And I will say that some acetate does not like adhesive. There are other sheets of acetate, like from packaging that I've used, that just doesn't adhere. I don't know why, but it's more slick than this one. This is nice and thick. Can you guys see how thick that is? And this adheres really well, but other ones, not so much. Okay, so I'm just removing some of this excess, just so that it doesn't stick up past my piece here, like that. Throw that away. And now we have acetate, and now we have our little pumpkin that we can put here, or we can do something like this. What do you think of that? Do you like it to the side? Let me know in the comments. We can put it on the side, either side, or we can put it in the middle. With the bat, I did the next size up, so there really wasn't room to play with that. It had to kind of go in the center there. And I think for this, it really worked well in the middle. But for this, that might be kind of fun to put it on the side. So let me know in the comments. Kim says center. All right. Also, let me know which sparkle blend you'd like to see from the new ones. There are so many. Amber, can you pop up the link to the shop, please, so that they can take a look? I'm assuming that you guys are going to pick the jack-o'-lantern, but who knows? All right, I've got my glue on here. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Michelle says center. All right, we'll go with center. Center it is. If I do it on the side, it would overlap the edge of the window. Yeah, but that's not terrible. I don't mind that. The bat's fun, right? Same collection from Michaels. We're going to go with this. We'll go with this, so now it's there. And then I am getting my foam tape. My foam tape is starting to get a little low. I got this bad boy in June. Let me move my sidekick out of the way because I've got enough stuff on my table. Okay. This is the best foam tape I've ever used. It's from Pear Blossom Press. You guys familiar with the Easy Lights? That's where I got this from. So you can hop over to Pear Blossom Press and get that there if you are so inclined to get some new foam tape. It cuts fantastically. It's nice and thick. I don't ever have to double it up. Amber has some pretty thick pieces in her sparkle blends. Not everyone, but a lot of them have some pretty thick pieces, and I don't find that I need to double it up. There might be a couple of beads here and there that I haven't tried with this particular foam tape yet that might need to be doubled up, but I have not needed to do it yet, and I've used a number of sparkle blends with this. Pirate Treasure or You Make Me Batty. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll pull them out in a second and we can take a look at a couple of them. Okay, Amber, no worries. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad that her boy isn't feeling so good today. I will pull out the blends in a second and show you guys, and then we can decide. Now, you want to make sure, for those of you that haven't made a shaker before, that you seal your area completely. You do not want to have any of your shaker bits getting lost. I'm going to just cover this up again so that there's no glare. Now that we're done playing with alcohol inks for the moment. Okay. So, I'm going to just fill in some of these spots here. Like that. And you can flip it over, make sure that it's not showing. It's showing just a wee bit. So I'm going to just nip off that edge. Okay, like that. And then I'll put a little bit more over here, just so that we don't lose our sequence. Oops. As we're shaking it, right? We could also put it here, but I don't know if I really need to do that. I think that I'm going to just have it float around freely. Okay? Throw a little here. What's also nice about this foam tape is that it cuts so nicely down the middle. The foam tape that I had tried in the past, a couple of the brands actually, it was so hard to cut down the center, and this one cuts really nicely. And the release paper comes up very easily as well, which is really important. Yes, Michelle, this is the tape that you called me about. Yes, it is. It is. This is good stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to grab my blends, and then we will pick out which sparkle blends we're going to use. Okay, you know what? I have a better idea. Instead of me taking out the magic case, let's do it this way. I have another set over here so that it's a little easier for us to see without me opening everything. Okay. So here's our card. So this is Monster Mash, and I'm going to say that we're not going to use this one. Okay? And if you guys want to see any of these close up, take notes now. I can show you guys close up whatever blends you want to see, even if it's not from this new release, at the end of the video. Okay? This is Sunflower, which is beautiful, and the colors work really well, but I would like to stick with Halloween, so I don't think we're going to use this one either. This is Wicked Brew. This has glow-in-the-dark little knickknacks in here. The star and the moon, glow-in-the-dark. I'm so sorry, Amber. Is he okay? Deborah wants to see my hoard. Oh my gosh, so many sparkle blends. So this is Jack-o'-lantern, which I'm going to say is probably the best choice, but you guys can let me know. This is Pirate Treasure. This is one of the ones that Tara had mentioned before, and there's lots of skull and crossbones and gemstones, and all of this stuff fits with this foam tape, so you don't have to worry about stuff not moving. And then we have You Make Me Batty. This is a fantastic one. Oh, that's true, Michelle. The contrast of the orange with the green. Yep. Bad tummy day. Oh, I'm sorry. So there are different bats in here. You can see them here. Little bats. This would be a fun one to use too. This is Spectral. This is my other favorite besides Wicked Brew. I love that one. Then we have Candy Corn. There's a lot missing from this one because Phoenix had used it. So This is not a full pack. And then Tara can't believe she forgot about Wicked Brew. And then this is Autumn Harvest, which I'm going to say we're not going to use for this. Although it would be great with the pumpkin, I would rather it be more of a Halloween theme. So this can be used for something else. So what do you guys think? I happen to like these two the best. We're going to take out Monster Mash, Sunflower, and Autumn Harvest. What do you guys think? Hi, Berta. It would almost be an Irish flag. Michelle Verrall is Irish, for those of you that don't know. She's from Ireland. Accent and everything. Okay, what do you guys think? I know there's a delay. Meanwhile, I am going to fold up my cardstock while I'm waiting for comments. I just have some gray. I love using gray cardstock for Halloween cards. I also use black a lot. I do use white occasionally and cream, but I really like using gray. I think it looks really cool. Wicked Brew, Wicked Brew. Berta likes the one I am not going to use. Of course you said that. Or the ghosty one. Spectral? Maybe. Orange and black from Deborah. That's Jack-o'-lantern. I kind of like this one. Let's see if a couple other folks are gonna chime in with this. The other thing is, do we want the gray to show? That's something to consider. Usually I put a color behind it. Oh, you're not from Ireland? I'm sorry. I thought you were. I apologize. We've only been together twice. Second from the right. Jack-o'-lantern. That's what Berta says. Deborah says orange and cream. This is candy corn. Do we like the gray showing? Tara says you make me batty. So hard to decide. Amber, what are your thoughts? Amber, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? We might go with what Amber says. I think that we're not going to do this. Deborah says no gray. Well, there's going to be a little gray because that's going to be our border. Let's see. Hold on. I'm walking away for 1 second. I'm getting a paper pad. Woo! This could be fun. Let's see. I have this. Show the gray. Some people say show the gray. Some people say don't show the gray. Michelle Margaret says batty. This is a little too... Ooh! What about that? Behind the pumpkin. What do you think? That could be fun. Yeah, we're doing that. Okay, so that's a given. We're doing this. Second or third from the right of our screen. So Berta says these two. Spiderweb it is. That's for sure. We'll do that. I had gotten this pad from my friend Kathy. Very talented crafter and friend of mine. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece. Now usually what I do is I'll hold this up to the light so that I can kind of get an idea of the size. But my friends, since we have the die, I'm going to just cut a square around it. I'm just going to take my pencil. Can you guys see this? We're going to just make sure that it's big enough. Ba-bum. I'll cut this out. Third. Michelle Verrall also says the bats. All right, batty it is. Batty it is. Okay, let me get this out of the way. So now we have this, and that's going to go like that, and that alone is cool. And now, oh, Beth is back. That was a quick trip to the supermarket. Guys, this is going to look awesome because it looks so good like this. And then when we add our base and our blend, it's going to be amazing. Okay, let me put these away. I'm going to get my little case. Ooh, I might have to dip into that other little bag because I used so much of it on mine. That's what I used on this one. This is You Make Me Batty on this one. So we're using it again. All right, here we go. So to show you up close, take a look, guys, at those bats. Look at these teeny tiny bats. Deborah says, OMG. There are a bunch of these bats in different colors. Beth, I appreciate the fact that you spelled their names correctly. I think that's pretty awesome. That is really nice that you pay attention like that. Look at the purple bat. Isn't he so cute? Beth, yours are coming, babe. They're on their way. They are on their way. They will get to you soon. Michelle squared. This is your first shaker. Deborah, have you joined the Sparkle Blends fan club? Because if you have not, I do shaker cards in there almost every week. There are some weeks that I do the releases. You know, I show everybody what's in there, what's in the new release. And then, you know, there have been a couple of times that I haven't done a shaker where I've done other things. But you should join us. For sure. I am getting something. I'm getting a little bit of lilac luster to supplement because I need some of this to last me a little bit longer. So I'm putting in a little lilac luster. Maybe without these flowers though. Just so that we have more bits and I can extend the life of my You Make Me Batty blend. So now we've got some gemstones. Look at how pretty this is. Isn't that gorge? Totally. Roberta, my computer is not freezing. I haven't seen it freeze on me at all. I'm sorry that that's happening to you. I also have a little bit of orange creamsicle here. So if you need to supplement candy corn a bit, this is a great way to do it. And then you can add to this too. I love mixing blends. I think it's a lot of fun. And I like stretching things, you know. So I don't want to use all my bats in this card. I want to make sure I have bats for other cards too. How's that? Good? Fawn says good choice. Good. Alright, so now I'm closing this bad boy up. And again, at the end of the video, at the end of making these cards, if you want me to show you the new stuff, I am happy to do that. So now what we're going to do, that has a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to put a wee bit of foam tape right here, just because I have a teeny gap, and if my bits fall out, I'm going to be upset. So I am just cutting a little triangle right here. And that's going to be good. And then I'm going to take the other side of that triangle and I'm going to put it right here just to kind of keep my blends a little bit more in the middle. Okay. Again, this foam tape is from Pearl Blossom Press. For those of you that are familiar with the Easy Lights, and you know those new bags that Kathy Rakusin came out with that have Christina Werner's handwriting on it to store your Copics, those are also from Pearl Blossom Press. So she has fantastic things in her shop that she comes up with. I believe that this foam tape is from another company. Like, this isn't only, Pearl Blossom Press isn't the only place that you can get it, but that's where I get it from. So definitely hit her shop up. She's got some great stuff. I have the link on my blog. It's an affiliate link, just so you know. That's at no cost to you, but you can definitely get to it from my blog. I am removing all, you see how fast I'm removing this release paper, guys? Seriously, how great is that? So I'm going to pop this bad boy on here. I see comments coming. I have to, Nancy May is here. Deborah, I'm so glad you popped in too. Thank you so much. All right, we're almost done with the release paper. I have a little bit more to do, and then I'm going to make sure that I put some adhesive on here so that everything stays put. And then we'll have a finished shaker. Nancy, you're up late tonight. Little adhesive. I'm putting more than I really need, but that's kind of what I do when I have a shaker. Guys, look at how pretty it is. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. You don't even need to put a sentiment if you don't want to. Oh my gosh, guys, how fun is this shaker? Isn't this fab? I'm so excited about it. What do you guys think? So we have the focal blend is You Make Me Batty, but I added a little bit of lilac luster and a little bit of orange creamsicle. Beth completely forgot she has an ATG gun this week. Silly girl. Thanks. Thanks. I love it too. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss any other major comments. Okay. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Michelle. I love it too. So that was fun. It's super easy. I mean, we did that really quick. Making those backgrounds was very fast, and then just a couple of die cuts, and that's it. Super easy. So, oh, you're in quarantine. Thank goodness it's negative. Tara, I'm sure that they did. I'm just going to clean up my paper scraps here and throw those out. How about some sparkle blends? Who wants to see sparkle blends? Hands up. Comment below. Deborah, I'm sure, wants to see some. So that's it. It's a card. We're done. Finished card. You're doing alcohol next week on your live? That's because you wanted to copy me. I know that it's not. I know why you're doing it. I'm just playing with you. So here's our two cards. This one I had made previously. But they're adorable. And I just used super old Sizzix dies to create this boo. With, so I had used the Delicata ink on here in Golden Glitz. This one is Silver Shimmer. So you can see how shiny that is. Isn't that pretty? Oh, Marie, that's no fun. I know it's because of Breery, silly. Bring out the blends. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let me get my paper. And I'm going to just use my anti-static powder tool on here, just so that I can get things back into their little containers a little easier, less static. Okay, got that, got this. All right, so this, where have I been all your crafting days? I've been right here. You need to join the Sparkle Blend shop. I expect to see you there next time, Deborah. Okay, so this is my case that I got from Amazon. There's another case that I use that is from Michael's. Let me grab it. Hold on. I have it right here. If you don't have a huge collection, this is a great way to start. You can use these guys. They work really nicely. They're inexpensive. Okay, so I can't show you my husband's card because he claimed it, because he was so happy with it. It'll be posted in the Sparkle Blend shop. But this is one that I did with Sunflower. These stamps are from Stampendous, and I masked them off, colored them in, and cut out the center with an X-Acto knife and just made it into a shaker with the Sunflower blend. Beth says mermaids. Of course. There are no more mermaids. No more. They're gone. They're gone. My son Phoenix made this. He used candy corn with this, but he did not put the candy corns in it. Isn't that cute? And again, you can see how nicely the sequins moves with that foam tape. There's plenty of room for everything to move. See that gemstone? See that bead? Everything can move. Isn't that nice? Baby Shark. I could show you Baby Shark. This one my daughter made. She actually drew this treasure chest, and she adhered the gemstones onto embossing powder. Thanks for the hearts, guys. You can see the dimension. Look at how thick that is. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Isn't that fab? She did such a good job on this card. I love that. So for adhesive, she used On Point glue. This is my favorite adhesive for attaching sequins and gemstones and whatnot to the outside of my cards. Deborah loves all things vintage. Oh, great. We'll have to do something vintage at some point. Sure. Amber, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to do it. I really do look forward to doing these every week with you guys. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Make sure that you pop over to the Sparkle Blend shop to see all of the fabulous Sparkle Blends that are available. Feel free to like the Doodles Paper Playground page, as well as joining the Sparkle Blends fan club. And I would love it if you liked my page, which is Alison Heikkila Designs, and I know that Amber just popped that up. So thank you again for joining me. This was so much fun. I hope to see you guys next week. Take care. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. Stay safe.